happens when a Power 5 school says, give us a number, we'll make it work?
I'm going to have to entertain it.
You are?
Yes, I'm going to have to entertain it. Straight up. Well, I'd be a fool not to. It ain't going to be no more of the mess that these wonderful fans, the student body, and some of your parents have put up with for probably 2 decades now. I'm coming. And when I get here, it's gonna be changed. Our kids would go absolute crazy to be in this situation that you in. We got a few positions already taken care of because I'm bringing my luggage with me. And it's Louis. I'm coming.
Smart.
Tough.
Tough.
Fast.
Fast.
Discipline.
Discipline.
With character.
Character.
One more time. Smart.
Smart.
Tough.
Tough.
Fast.
Fast.
Discipline.
Discipline.
With character.
With character.
That's the ones we're going to get. So I want y'all to get ready to go ahead and jump in that portal and do whatever you're going to get. Because the more you jump in, the more room you make.
Anybody that's followed my Twitter feed knew that I kind of thought and predicted wrongly that Deion would not leave Jackson State for Colorado. I was wrong about that. I didn't think it was a good enough job. It kind of shocked me and surprised me. It speaks to, I think, Deion's desperation to get away from Jackson State.
Our kids would go absolute crazy to be in this situation that you in. We got a few positions already taken care of because I'm bringing my luggage with me. And it's Louis. I'm coming.
Smart.
Tough.
Tough.
Fast.
Fast.
Discipline.
Discipline.
With character.
Character.
One more time. Smart.
Smart.
Tough.
Tough.
Fast.
Fast.
Discipline.
Discipline.
With character.
With character.
That's the ones we're going to get. I'm coming. Not to compete, but to win. Not to show up, but to show out. Not to be amongst the rest, but to be the best. I'm coming. I'm flat out coming. This is real. This ain't no ESPN or this ain't one of the networks you just happen to see me on. I'm right in front of you. You know why? Because I'm coming. I'm coming to restore, to replace, to re-energize some of y'all that are salvageable. I'm not gonna lie, everybody just sit their butt in the seat ain't gonna have a seat when we get back. But I'm coming. I started, and we're gonna go dominate, then we're gonna work. I'm coming to work and not to play. I'm coming to kill it and not to kick it. I'm coming. So you gotta understand, so when I get back, ain't gonna be no hats, no meetings, ain't gonna be no hoodies on and no meetings, ain't gonna be no phones. I wish you would bring a phone in my meeting. It ain't gonna be no earrings in the meeting. Everybody's gonna look like everybody. I'm coming. It's gonna be a different place, a different feel, a different attitude, a different energy, a different work ethic, a different want, a different hunger, a different desire, a different need, a different capacity. It's gonna be a different reach. I'm coming. It ain't gonna be no more of the mess that these wonderful fans, the student body, and some of your parents have put up with for probably 2 decades now. I'm coming. And when I get here, it's gonna be changed.
What is up, Buff Nation? I wanted to take a look back before we look forward. I wanted y'all to think about all of the criticism Coach Prime received at this point when he arrived at Boulder. I want you to think about all the pundits, prognosticators that had their thoughts about him moving from Jackson State to Colorado, and a lot of them, for their own personal beliefs, wanted him to stay at Jackson State. And I want y'all to take that thought in mind when I say this. What if what if he would have stayed at Jackson State? Where would, obviously Colorado would not be Colorado right now. And Jackson State would probably win some more SWAC championships. But what if he would have stayed? Are you glad that he left, Buff Nation? Are you glad that he left, Buff Nation? I think we all know the answer to that question. So now let's move forward. Coach Prime is building the roster just as he did at Jackson State. He's also doing at Colorado. He's looking for tough, smart, fast, disciplined, with character. He's looking for his type of players, the guys that want this. He laid it out in his first team meeting, and he didn't say anything different to those players at Jackson State. Coach Prime wants guys that want to be about this life. They really want to play this game and also be disciplined in the classroom and as well as on the field. He's not asking anything of the players at Colorado that he didn't require at Jackson State either. So don't get it twisted when you hear otherwise from any of these pundits. I'll be playing in this video and others, our guy, Jason Whitlock. He has a lot to say about Coach Prime in most cases. It's for the wrong reasons. Now, I believe his motivation comes from him being wrong. How did he predict Coach Prime would stay at Jackson State without interviewing Coach Prime? Now, I learned in a conflict resolution class at work that if you're truly trying to resolve an issue with you and another coworker, you go right to that coworker. When you go around the coworker to others, you're not trying to resolve conflict. You're trying to instigate conflict. You're trying to nurture conflict. Your motive is not to resolve. It's to continue conflict. So I want you to keep in mind when you hear Jason Whitlock, if he truly wanted to resolve any issue between him and Coach Prime, he could interview Coach Prime, bring him on his show, or do a Zoom call and resolve this issue. No, Jason Whitlock is being smart. He's milking this for all that it's worth. He knows that if he goes against the grain, he's going to have people with him as much as he's going to have people against him. And that's good for business. So don't get it twisted. While he sits there and try to ride his high horse about Coach Prime doing this, that, and the fifth for his sons and all of his people and all of this nonsense you hear him saying, Jason Whitlock had his motives as well. So keep that in mind as we move forward. As the momentum shifts and swings from the regular season and bowl season to the off season, let's focus on recruiting. Let's turn our attention to recruiting. Well, right now things are looking very good for Colorado. Coach Prime, the transfer portal is looking really, really good. Let's see what he comes away with, and let's see what we take into the winter off-season program. As you can see, some, if not most, of the 2025 class is already enrolled into Colorado. They're already enrolled. Now, I want you to compare that with the freshman Cormani McClain a year or two ago when he waited till July. He waited till the summer, almost late in the summer to report to Boulder, versus these kids that are enrolled already, and it's January. Some of those kids were at the bowl game in San Antonio. They were in the locker room. No, they couldn't play, they couldn't participate, but they could be a part of the team. That's about that life. These kids are about that life. These are the types of players Coach Prime is looking for. And when he builds an entire roster of these type of players, you're going to see the results that he desires from that. And that's probably going to end up hoisting a CFP trophy. Well, that's all I have for you right now, Buff Nation. You all have a blessed day. I'm out.